one thing I have to say, which is really, really special for me, is your connection. I mean, because, okay, you are a wizard on the keyboards. I know you're very modest, and I'm probably embarrassing you as well.
Right, yeah.
But you are
a
wizard on the keyboards.
A moderately good
You are a
player.
wizard. You know, I'm not having it. You know, but also, what makes you so special is your voice. You
My
have
voice?
the most beautiful
No,
voice.
I don't like to sing.
I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
Every time I come here, it seems like my voice is tired because I've been on the road for a month now, and my voice is tired, and I can't hit all the high notes I used to hit. But I just do what I do. I try to just give what I got. That's all. I mean, whatever it is I got, that's what I'll give.
This is one of the most beautiful voices. Well, the reason I brought that subject
You're nice.
well, you can give me the 20 pound. No, but the reason why I said that is because you have a really special relationship with your female vocals when you interact on stage.
Yeah.
And it's just that kind of that energy, the way you, even with Shannon, even last night you can see that there's just this zone. And I know it's like Rochelle Farrell.
Well, I love you.
Diane, every female vocalist.
My cousin.
What's going on there? It's kind of
I
special,
love women.
You know?
I love women, and I love the female voice. And you know, it's funny, man. I've always had a connection with women in my band. I mean, at a certain point, I said, you know what? I want some girls in my band. And so, because I remember having rehearsals, and Herbie Hancock and Chick would be rehearsing in another area, and they come to my thing and they said, "You got girls in your band." At the time, we were younger, so we called them girls. Girls. And I said, "Yeah, what?" He said, "Your wife allows you to have women in your band, girl?" I said, "Hey, this is business." You know, because I had Sheila E in my band. Sheila wasn't in my band because she looked good. She was in the, well, partially. She was in the band because she could play. She was in the band because she could play.
She's a talent.
And she looked good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so it went from there to hiring. Then I had some other singers, you know, I put in the band. So I had Sheila plus 3 female singers. And it used to drive Herbie and Chick and the guys who we were like, you know, we kind of compatriots, crazy because they didn't have anybody. And then next thing I know, Chick goes out and all of a sudden Flora's in the band. They have singers in the band. But all that kind of stuff.
That's
but
all comes with the job, man. That's a dirty job that someone's got to do.
But it's funny, you know, once, I guess the first real, I mean, well, and I can't say the first real hit I had because it was with a group, it was Taste and Honey. I had this song called Sukiyaki. It became a real big record. And the phone started ringing, but after that I went to Jeffrey Osborne for whatever reason. That happened. We had some hits together. But after Jeffrey, there were 9 times out of 10 women. Starting from Denise Williams with Let's Hear It for the Boy was just, you know how I feel about that one. You know? But it was, I said, Stephanie Mills, whatever. Anita, Rochelle, and most of them, a lot of them actually, were noted to be kind of difficult, you know, not Niecy and Stephanie, they really weren't difficult at all. Irene Cara was a little difficult to produce on a certain level, but I did a lot of women. I can't tell you why. I just got more calls from women. The group, hey man, I got paid and went on, and I love to deal with them. I have a special affinity to be able to say, let them do their thing and just guide them, and don't try to control what they do so much. But you're not going to control Rochelle, you're not going to control Anita, you just kind of try to steer them certain ways and offer suggestions. So I think that's probably why it's worked. The next night with Shannon, she's a young girl. She's very talented. She's 28, 29, something.
She's a teacher. She always denies.
She's a school teacher.
She's a school teacher.
Well, she's left because she got a lot of work. I met her through Jeffrey Osborne, and I started hiring her. And she's a pretty girl. She's got a lovely voice, and so now she's kind of a full-time singer. You know, so it's but I like that interplay, especially on stage. You know, where we do these little things together. And those songs, some of the things I did with her were older songs. I'm going to do more of those. Where I had the girls in the band, there used to be always this interplay between somebody. You know, so I like that.
George, something I have to touch on as well.
Is
I'm not going to say it wrong. You've been trying to tell me how to say it right, but I'm not going to say it wrong. Your album, the Muir Woods Suite, because people are familiar with you through the jazz, obviously with the funk, soulful tips, or whatever. But for me, this really showed it's really proved your ability as a composer on a kind of a classical sort of tip, you know. And I mean, I was lucky enough to catch that live at the Milton Jazz Festival. And for me, I have to say that is one of the most beautiful compositions. Just a string arrangements, just a whole arrangement within itself is just absolutely fantastic. And you know, I hope people become more aware of that side of your music, because it's very special.
It's another side of me that doesn't come out very often, but you know, I have had a lot of performances of it now, and I do have some more pieces like that I do want to write. As far as I'm concerned, I've got other ideas far beyond what that was, so that sounds actually dated to me now for what I am hearing up here. But Muir Woods Suite is actually a place in Marin County, and it's a guy named John Muir who actually developed the park. It's sort of a national park now. But at the time when I was little, I was a Cub Scout. You know what Cub Scouts are? A little beanie hat and a yellow tie and a blue thing. I used to be a Cub Scout. I wasn't a Boy Scout. I didn't go to the Boy Scout. But I was a Cub Scout, and we used to camp out there at night, and it would be, you know, I was a little kid with all these, surrounded by these trees, and it was dark, and it was scary in there. You know, I used to hear things like, what? You know, I'd be in a sleeping bag, you know, and so I remember this. When I started putting this piece together, I wanted to remember what it was like to be in Muir Woods and what it meant. So the grandeur of the woods was important. I wanted to capture that for everything that I believe that God has given us, you know, with that whole energy of the forest. You know, and I wanted the majesty of it, but at the same time I wanted the eeriness of it. You know, where there's things you don't know what's going on around you, especially when it's dark. So it was kind of interesting, you know, putting the piece together. I wanted a love theme, and
that's my favorite part.
I think that I decided to take an approach where I took a single melody and basically a short phrase. I don't remember how long it was at this point. Let's say it was 16 bars, and have that just recur over and over and over again.
So
wait for a minute.
Like they found us.